we saw a business 11 years ago that felt stale and stagnant and somewhat cookie cutter in the industry. And we felt we could do better just as a developer. We felt we could do more and offer more to our home buyers and offer a better experience for the folks living in our communities. And so that kind of drove some of our thinking, even before Babcock, thinking about these things. How do we create a better experience for people and create stronger differentiation in the market for Kitson Partners? And we started stumbling into these ideas of what was happening on the technology front, innovation, and how that could be an additive mix, how that could be added to the mix for a home buyer to make their experience better. We thought about health and wellness as a big kind of move in that direction, kind of away from, call it recreational golf in the past. Looking back 20, 30 years in our business was kind of the tip of the spear for amenities, right? If you in Florida, if you surveyed consumers in Florida, customers, homeowners, what's the number one important thing? Golf courses are at the top. Now, golf courses have slid to less than outside the top 10. And what's in the top now? Hiking, biking, trails, outdoor activities, which is health and wellness. And so we kind of saw that back in '05, health and wellness being a big part of people's lifestyle. People are paying more attention to it, and we should make that more of a programmed amenity versus kind of an afterthought. Lead with that. Be very specific about it. So I think health and wellness, the energy side. I think for us in Florida, we're the Sunshine State. We always talked about that. We're the Sunshine State, but there's very little solar in the state. And how do we take advantage of that? How do we make Babcock somewhat of a leader in the country on demonstrating how solar can really impact community development? And we found a great like-minded partner in Florida Power and Light. They bought into the vision, made a commitment to us back in the depths of the downturn in 2009. That's when we came into an agreement with Florida Power and Light to do what they're doing here today. At the time, solar was up here relative to cost versus coal or versus natural gas. And over time, that cost has just come down through innovation and technology and advancements in solar to the point where now it's practical and it's feasible. And so, the energy side of it was kind of something we felt, just given the natural environment around us in Florida and the Sunshine State being our state nickname, there's a reason for that, and we should take advantage of that. So the energy side was a big part of it. Health and wellness was a big part of it. Safety, like we talked about earlier, having that, storm safety. It sounds silly for people outside of the state of Florida, but for Florida, we've got some pretty elevated ground here. We're not at sea level, and we're inland somewhat, so the storm surge doesn't really impact this community, this town. And so with that, we can do some innovative things to create a more convenient location for folks when the hurricane season blows through. A lot of us who live in Florida have all been through it, where you end up having to leave your home, get out of town, get across whatever that boundary is of safety. And a lot of those folks end up going to, out of the state, leaving the state altogether because there's nowhere else to go. And so we thought Babcock could be one of those places from a storm safety perspective where if you lived here, you wouldn't have to leave here.